You know, let me tell you, brothers, they have dream towards you, but that dream is not coming to pass. You get what I'm saying? Many of you always have a dream for yourself, but there are people around you that their own dream towards you is all that matters. You get what I'm saying? Many of you have a dream to prosper, dream to excel, but there are people who their dream which they have for you, they are prepared. The Bible says, I prepared a table before you in the presence of your enemy, meaning that the same enemy still have a dream for you. This is why the moment you start to succeed, even around some people, you become an enemy. Because why are you succeeding when they have an expectation, when they have a plan, when they have a purpose, when they themselves have set a perfect table according to them for you? So this is why you always and you will always be an enemy to many. Because many of us need to understand that you are confusing a lot of individuals by not obeying their command. You are confusing a lot of persons by not obeying whom they want you to be. Because there are people that their dream is that you will not prosper, you will not excel. They will scatter everything. The moment you start to excel, succeed, things will start to go rough, that you will be having up and down. Now that none of what they expect from you is happening, now that they see that you are already breaking out, you are already breaking the covenant, that is why you suddenly become an enemy to many. Because let me tell you chosen ones, they love whom you used to be. They love the fact that you were indeed living that life that pleased them. A life of, hand to hand. A life of, suffering and smiling. There are a lot of people who were so content with the kind of life that you were exactly living, because that is exactly their prayer. That is their earnest expectation. That is indeed their hope. That is what they exactly want. But today, majority of people are totally so confused because things are turning around, not exactly the way they want, not exactly the way they expect, not exactly the way they pray for, but the way that you want. And that is why a lot of people indeed are hating you. Always. That is why you have people who suddenly start to dislike you, because you are changing the narrative despite of the desperation to keep you down. Because let me tell you, God has prepared a table that your enemy have no idea of. You know what I'm saying? God have called you to prosper in a way that your enemy have no idea of. God have, different dreams for you to accomplish that your enemy have no idea of. That is why they are wondering, how come none of their desire, their expectation, their hope, their plan, none of them is indeed coming to accomplish. That is why some people are like, how come you are indeed doing things that they never expected from you? Because while they were preparing a table for you, they fail to understand that your God is also indeed capable and able to prepare a table that cannot be broken, a covenant to prosper, a covenant to excel, a covenant of what? Of unlimited progress. That is why some people start to turn to enemy, because many of you know that job you have, there are people who suddenly start to hate you because of that. That blessing, that promotion, that impact, that building, that home, that houses, that achievement, there are people who start to hate you because of that. All is because they never believe that someone like you will definitely do it, because they prepared a table without knowing that God also have a table for you. You know what I'm saying? So remain blessed.